Sadi Skakker.
Trees in groves, kine in droves, in ocean sport the scaly herds, wedge-like cleave the air the birds, to northern lakes fly wind-borne ducks. Browse the mountain sheep in flocks, men consort and camp in town, but the poet dwells alone. God who gave to him the lyre, of all mortals the desire, for all breathing men's behoof, straitly charged him, sit aloof. Annexing a warning, poets say, to the bright premium, ever when twain together play, shall the heart be dumb. Many may come, but one shall sing, two shall touch the string, the harp is dumb. Although there come a million, wise Sadi dwells alone. Yet Sadi loved the race of men, no churl immured in cave or den, in bower and hall, he wants them all, nor can dispense with Persia for his audience. They must give him ear, grow red with joy and white with fear, yet he has no companion, come 10 or come a million, good Sadi dwells alone. Be thou where Sadi dwells, gladly around that golden lamp, sylvan deities encamp, and simple maids and noble youths are welcome to the man of truth. Most welcome they who need him most. They feed the spring which they exhaust, for greater need draws better deed. But critic, spare thy vanity, nor show thy pompous parts to vex with odious subtlety the cheerer of men's hearts. Sad-eyed fakirs swiftly say endless dirges to decay, never in the blaze of light lose the shudder of midnight. At an overflowing noon hear wolves bark at the moon. In the bower of dalliance sweet hear the far avenger's feet, and shake before those awful powers who in their pride forgive not ours. Thus the sad-eyed fakirs preach. Bard, when thee would Allah teach, and lift thee to his holy mount, who sends thee from a bitter font, wormwood saying, go thy ways, dread not the blag of the plays. But please do the deed thy fellows hate, and compromise thy peaceful state. Smite the white breasts from which thee feed, stuff sharp thorns beneath the head of them who thou shouldst have comforted. For out of woe and out of crime draws the heart of a lore sublime. And yet it seemeth not to me that the high gods love tragedy. For Sadi sat in the sun, and thanks was his contrition. For haircloth and for bloody whips, had active hands and smiling lips. And yet his runes he rightly read, to his folk his message sped. Sunshine in his heart transferred lighted each transparent word, and well could honoring Persia learn what Sadi wished to say. For Sadi's nightly stars did burn brighter than Dashimi's day. Whispered the muse in Sadi's cot, O gentle Sadi, listen not, tempted by thy praise of wit, or by thirst and appetite, for talents not thine own, two sons of contrition. Never son of eastern morning, follow falsehood, follow scorning. Denounce who will deny, and pile the hills to scale the sky. Let theist, atheist, pantheist, define and wrangle how they list. Fierce conserver, fierce destroyer, but thou joy giver and enjoyer. Unknowing war, unknowing crime, gentle Sadi, mind thy rhyme. Heed not what the brawlers say, heed thou only Saudi's lay. Let the great world bustle on with war and trade and camp and town. 1,000 men shall dig and eat, at forge and furnace 1,000 sweat, 1,000 sail the purple sea, or give or take a stroke of war, or crowd the market and bazaar. Oft shall war end, and peace return, and cities rise where cities burn. Ere one man my hill shall climb, who can turn the golden rhyme? Let them manage how they may, heed thou only Saudi's lay. Seek the living among the dead, man imprisoned. Barefooted dervish is not poor, if fate unlock his bosom's door. So that what his eye hath seen, his tongue can paint as bright as keen, and what his tender heart hath felt, with equal fire their hearts shall melt. For whom the muses shine upon, and touch with soft persuasion, His words like a storm wind can bring terror and beauty on their wing. In his every syllable looketh nature veritable. And though he speak in midnight dark, in heaven no star, no earth, no spark, yet before the listener's eye swims the world in ecstasy. Forest waves, the moaning breaks, the pastures sleep, ripple the lakes, leaves twinkle, flowers like persons be, and life pulsates in rock or tree. Saudi, so far thy word shall reach, suns rise and set in Saudi's speech. And thus to Saudi said the muse, eat thou the bread which men refuse. Flee from the goods from which thee flee. Seek nothing, fortune seeketh thee. No mount, no dive, all good things keep. The midway of eternal deep. Wish not to fill the isles with eyes, to fetch the birds of paradise. On thine orchard's edge belong all the brass and plume and song. Wise Ali's sun-bright sayings pass for proverbs in the marketplace. Although mountains bored by regal art, toil whistles as he drives his cart. Nor scour the seas, nor sift mankind, a poet or a friend to find. Behold, he watches at the door. Behold his shadows on the floor. Open innumerable doors, the heaven where unveiled Allah pours the flood of truth, the flood of good, the seraphs and the cherubs' food. Those doors are men, the pariah kind. Admit thee to the perfect mind. Seek not beyond thy cottage wall, Redeemer that can yield thee all. While thou sittest at thy door, on the desert's yellow floor, listening to the gray-haired crones, foolish gossips, ancient drones. Saudi, see, they rise in stature to the height of mighty nature, and the secret stands revealed, fraudulent time in vain concealed, that blessed gods in servile masks plied for thee thy household tasks.
Thank you very much, Scott. That is a Ralph Waldo Emerson piece that Scott was sharing with us today. And what I